What's good, everybody? It's your boy First Degree back at y'all with another video. And man, oh man, that divisional round in the NFL was something crazy. Something crazy, man. And it set the stage for, AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. Gonna have the Chiefs hosting the Bills once again in another classic Josh Allen versus Pat Mahomes playoff battle. And then you got the divisional rivalry game. Team split this season 1-1. You got the Washington Commanders led by rookie Jaden Daniels going against former Super Bowl contender Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. The Commanders defeated the Detroit Lions, number 1 seed, 45-31 in a crazy game, high scoring game. Jaden Daniels played perfect, bro. I mean, he played perfect. Multiple fourth down conversions, no turnovers. Clutch moments. I think he had 2 touchdowns in there. Just played a beautiful game. Bro's been playing with ice in his veins all season. There was like this crazy stat where they were like 6 of the games that he's won this season have come on like the final play. It's pretty insane that he's been able to pull this off up until this point in his first year as a rookie with the Washington Commanders, no less. Like, let's be honest, guys. Let's just keep it a buck. The Commanders have been trash for quite some time. They've been trash since before they were the Commanders, bro. like they were trash when they were called the Redskins, bro. They did a whole rebranding and are still trash to this day. Well, not to this day. I mean, they're going to the NFC Championship now, but you know what I mean. Prior to this day, I mean, Jaden Daniels has turned that team around. He's been doing his thing, bro. He's been doing his thing. Yeah, bro. Lions, they just didn't have the best game. I mean, this was their season. This was a lot of people felt like was their kind of like crowning moment, so to speak. Was supposed to be at least going to their first Super Bowl this year. They made it real close last year, and they thought this year was the season for them because they played so well in the regular season. But Jared Goff didn't have the best game, man. Kind of turnover machinist today. I think he had 3 picks, lost a fumble. No, he threw 2 interceptions, and they tried a trick play, and I forget which receiver it was, but he also threw an interception on that trick play. They just didn't have the best game play calling. Defense couldn't stop the passing attack at all. You know, there were some injuries in the secondary there, which had a big thing to do with it, and it's just another heartbreaking season for the Lions. I mean, at least they're in a position where they know they have a good team. And you can look back and say, well, injuries did kind of affect our defensive play. So there's not, you don't have to hang your head over too bad. But being the number 1 seed and instantly going out in the playoffs to a rookie quarterback in the NFC it's a bad pill to swallow for sure. Bad taste in the Detroit Lions community. But hey, man, it's the NFL. It's why we play that game, right? It's why we play that game. On the other side of the NFC, the Eagles beat the Rams in a tough game. 28-22. Saquon Barkley had a monster game. He had like 206 yards rushing. Him and Jalen Hurts together as a rushing combo was just unfair. I think Jalen Hurts added in about 100 yards and a super long touchdown run of his own. That backfield is just you just fear every time you go into it. And then, should they need to, they got, Devontae Smith, and they got A.J. Brown to rely on in the passing game. Do they need to convert something crazy? So, Eagles did their thing. It just wasn't the Rams' day. Stafford played an amazing game. He didn't really make any mistakes. Great passing game on his end, but it just wasn't enough for the former Super Bowl champion, Sometimes you can play a great game, but the other team just plays a slightly better game. It was very exciting to watch, and I'm looking forward to the Eagles-Commanders. Divisional round, NFC Championship. Former Super Bowl contender, rookie QB. We'll see what happens. Personally, I kind of want to see the rookie go all the way and see what they can do on the big stage. It's never been done before. Rookie QB has never made it to the Super Bowl starting the season all year, and he's never won. Rookie QB's never won a Super Bowl. The closest things we've had to that are sophomore QBs who didn't start their rookie year, like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, I think, made it to the AFC Championship. I think Ben Roethlisberger won But he started his first year anyway, so that wouldn't even count. Yeah, closest thing we had that is Tom Brady, who didn't start his first year and went all the way to win it his second year. So it'll be interesting to see if a rookie quarterback can actually pull that off, pull off the big one. Next up, man, we got to talk about the more dramatic AFC now. Starting off, Chiefs Texans. We got to address it. We got to address it. We beat the Texans 23-14. There were a lot of controversial calls, man. You just got to be honest. The refs they seem to be leaning towards the Chiefs, right? Now, there's a lot of people saying the games are rigged, the games are fixed. People have been saying this in sports for a long time. It's no question. Do I know if they're rigged? I don't know, personally. Do I think they're rigged? I think there's corruption that goes on for sure. I don't think it's any secret that where there's money, where there's power, that, people can play and have their favorites, and maybe the powers that be want a result to go a certain way. And am I saying the Chiefs versus Texans was rigged? I mean, I pretty much got the same answer, possibly. Who knows? Let's look at some of the calls. You had the roughing the passer call on Patrick Mahomes, right? Where the defender clearly, he grazed him. He hit him in the chest, didn't hit the head area at all. Mahomes went down. That's a 15-yarder, right? You had the Mahomes flop out of bounds, where they called unnecessary roughness, which gave him 15 yards, which was crazy. And then you had Mahomes do a super late slide as a runner. He was past the line of scrimmage, where the two defenders actually collided into each other, but were penalized for hitting Patrick Mahomes, which pretty much sealed the game at that point. Mahomes does his thing once again, undefeated in the divisional round. Dude's going all the way to the Super Bowl. Going to the AFC Championship to face the Buffalo Bills, who we're going to talk about in a little bit. And it's just, the Chiefs being the Chiefs, making clutch plays when they need to make clutch plays. No one covering Travis Kelce on third down. Bro, be honest with me, guys, in the comments. Does it seem like Travis Kelce is just always open? Like, every time there's a clutch play to be made, does it seem like the defense even tries to stop Travis Kelce? They don't throw any doubles, it feels like. They just go for some weak, whack zone play and leave him completely unaccounted for. He'll get a wide open, 15-yard pass and then run for, another 20 yards. And it just seems like he's just able to run free every single time. They're not even trying to guard him. That's just me. I've been saying that for, the past, 4 seasons, bro, it feels like. But let me know what you guys think about that. And last, but certainly not least, we got to talk about the Bills and Ravens, man. Possibly the most controversial game over the divisional round. Now, Bills beat the Ravens 27-25 in a nail-biter, right? And let's just go over what happened. Obviously, the Ravens, they had their early turnovers. Fumble loss by Lamar Jackson, which led to a Bills either field goal or touchdown, I can't remember, but it led to Bills scoring. Another interception a little bit later in the game. But then the Ravens in the second half looked like they were about to pull off, the unthinkable. Looked like they were about to pull off a classic comeback in the snow. They played out of their minds. Lamar Jackson played out of his mind that second half. Andrews has a crucial fumble, which kills a drive that if they score on that drive, their next drive would have more than likely been a game-winning drive instead of a game-tying drive. But even on the game-tying drive, Andrews completely whiffs, drops. People say the pass was bad. Look, it looked perfect to me. It landed right in his gut. I don't know how much more perfect a pass can be. You can say it was low this. It wasn't perfectly angled to where Andrews could stand still and catch the ball. You're a wide receiver in the NFL. Tight end in the NFL, bro. Wide open. Passes in your hands for the game, and you drop it. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the pass looked like a spiral to me. I'm not going to sit here and talk about that the pass was too low. If you drop that. I'm just not. I'm not going to give you that leeway. No shade to Mark Andrews, the person, bro. But just the player in the league, bro, I'm not going to give you that leeway. And I don't think Mark Andrews would give himself that leeway. Because that would be a ridiculous thought. Now, I think the big argument, debate, has pretty much been like, whose fault is it more, Lamar Jackson or Mark Andrews? Well, every single mistake in a game is really your fault. But if we're going to weigh them against one another, I mean, let's be real. And the turnovers aren't even the only thing the Ravens did wrong, in my opinion. Not giving the ball to Derrick Henry, not rushing the ball with Lamar throughout the game. When you've been doing that all year and destroying teams, it seems like Jim Harbaugh always gets away from what wins him games in the regular season ever since he got Lamar at QB. That's just my opinion. It's like they try to run the Peyton Manning Colts offense once they get to the playoffs, when it's like, bro, just run the ball. No one can stop you running the ball. It's crazy. But yeah, man, if you ask me, Lamar's turnovers, while they were, you could look at it in a microscope and say they were crucial because that's the amount of points they lost by, this and that. Yeah, sure. But if we're going to be honest, we've seen many games where all-time great quarterbacks have put their teams in holes and been able to come back and win the game. We always say the game is won in the second half. Now, we always do say, turnovers lose you games, obviously. But let's be honest. Would you rather have a turnover in the first half where the game is still in reach, or a crucial turnover in the second half that are potential game-winning and game-tying drives? I think we all know the answer to that question, right? We've seen Peyton Manning do it on the Colts in the 2006 AFC title game against Tom Brady. We've seen Tom Brady do it in the second half against the Falcons. We have seen a plethora of all-time great comebacks in the second half, bro. And we don't never go back and look at it and say, oh, man, those turnovers in that first half, bro. Those turnovers in that first half, it should have killed. No, we just talk about how great the comeback was. And Lamar Jackson put his team in position to pull that off. So you can say, his playoff record's this, playoff record's that. Yeah, sure. His playoff record hasn't been the best, and his playoff numbers haven't been, amazing. He does have to clean up on the turnovers. He said it himself. You got to hold on to the ball. But, bro, if you're going to sit here and ask me who do I blame more, if I have to blame somebody between Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, it's Mark Andrews, and it's not even close. He sold them. First off, the fumble, which I think was arguably more egregious than the drop pass. He catches the ball, middle of the field. First off, Mark Andrews, you're a tight end, bro. I haven't never seen you do any shake and bake moves. You usually catch the ball, you run for it, maybe try to run a guy over, and you protect it. All of a sudden, you tried to turn into prime Barry Sanders, bro, and now you over here fumbling the ball, which, had they scored a touchdown on that drive, they would have taken the lead. And now you have the chance to redeem yourself. Game-tying drive, 2-point conversion, possibly send the game to overtime, and you drop a pass that hits you right in the chest from and it's not like it was a deep pass, right? It'd be one thing if he was running deep, it was a deep pass and he dropped it. Deep pass is tough even if you're wide open, right? You should still catch it, but it's tough. It was like 4 yards, 5 yards away. It was a 2-point conversion, so it wasn't far away. And he drops the game-tying, not a touchdown, but 2-point conversion pass, bro. Sorry. You can't convince me this game is Lamar's fault. Yeah, stuff happens in the first half, right? You rather get your mistakes out the way in that half. Now, I will say this. On the contrary to Lamar, Josh Allen did play a mistake-free game. He didn't have any crazy numbers, didn't have really crazy yards, but he kept the game clean, kept it mistake-free. And I'll give Josh Allen that. That was pretty much the difference maker. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying Lamar's interception fumbles don't count, because they do. They did, contribute to you losing. I just wouldn't say it cost them the game compared to what Andrews did. But you got to give your hats off to the Bills. They played a well-balanced, mistake-free football, and that's why they are going to the AFC Championship against the Chiefs, and the Ravens aren't. Now, as far as the championship games go, I'm gonna be honest, man. In Arrowhead against Patrick Mahomes, the way the refs have been, I know the Bills beat them in their lone real loss in the regular season. We don't count that Broncos loss. They didn't play any of their starters. But bro, with a three-peat on the line, I don't see the Chiefs losing at Arrowhead. I really don't. I could be wrong. The Bills may pull off some magic like they almost did a couple times before, but bruh, like it's the way them refs been wilding for the Chiefs, man. I don't know. I think we're gonna have a Chiefs Super Bowl. That would be my prediction. NFC wise, as much as I'd like to see the Commanders go, and they are capable of beating the Eagles, it's just gonna be tough stopping Saquon, bro. Saquon along with Hurts in that rushing attack, that's gonna be something hard to stop. If the Commanders can keep the game close, I think they take it. But if the Eagles can control the game with their running game and like get out ahead early, I think they'll be able to win the game. I say if the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns at any point in the game, I think they win. I think the Commanders have to keep it within touchdowns reach to pull it off. That's my take. That's what I think. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. What were your thoughts on the divisional round? Who do you have going to the Super Bowl? Who do you want to go to the Super Bowl? What game would you want to see out of these, 4 possible combinations? That's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'm out. Peace.